Welcome everyone to Pro Trade Room Plus. We're here for the gold open and the market opens and ISM manufacturing. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. Good morning. And once again, the markets are pretty volatile, although they've calmed down a little bit last night. The markets opened up. Actually, so let's see. Yeah, market gapped up, held the gap on the NQ till roughly 2 in the morning, and then it sold off. And it's been negative since 2ish, a little bit before 2 in the morning. So right now, I'd say the market is negative. It started positive. And then looking at gold, looking at micro gold, which is the instrument I'm going to trade on the gold open for a bit. Looking at micro gold on a longer time frame chart, 30-minute chart, a little bit tight range, I would say, for gold, for the way gold has been in the past. You're looking at a low, let's see, 41.01 and a high of 41.42. It's only $31. That's not the biggest move in gold. And it has been bullish for the past little bit, all of a sudden. 7:30, a little bit before 7:25, gold went on a bullish run. So Mondays, I usually like to try the gold open. So we have a setup. I'm watching the MNQ on the right. I've got the gold chart open on the left. Like I said, it's at the moment it's quite bullish. You can, however, get a complete change, right? You can get a complete change in its direction at the open. So gold could easily fake everyone out. Everybody's looking, oh, gold's going to go up. It's very bullish. And then it'll sell off at the open. That's not unusual behavior from gold. Happens all the time. Usually our rule is we'll wait a minute for a fill and no longer on the open. So I'll show you a couple of things. I've got a magnet on the chart, MGC magnet, and a stop of 50. Pretty much, choose the number of positions you want to trade. and label it MGC magnet or GC if you're trading full size, and choose the account that you're trading the setup in, and then apply it. Okay, if you're done with your setups, if you're going to add another setup, just press apply and go and add your other setup or modify a setup you may have already had. I have a reverse continue on the chart, couple of one position, couple of contracts, target of 50 and a stop of 50, and I will put it on the account that I'm trading the gold open on. Make sure it's labeled MGC reverse continue and apply it, and then add the gold open. All right, so the gold open, you click on News Trader, make sure trade type is on a breakout. Trade type should be on a breakout. And we'll load our template. Go to template, go to load, look for the gold open. I believe that's what I called it. Let's see where it is. Gold, new open, 3 contract. That's our setup. I'm going to rename it by right clicking it. Rename it by giving it today's date. Today's the 3rd, 8/3/26. Can you all hear me okay? 8/3/26. Load it. Can you hear me? Yes, no, maybe. No one's typing anything. Anyone? Come on. We're going to trigger the trade at 8:19:59. The gold open is at 8:20. Thanks, Larry. The gold open is at 8:20. So trigger it 8:19:59. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 12. Target 2 is 25. Target 3 is 45. The stop is 30. And if it hits the first target, I'll move my stop to BE, break even. Then I'll label it MGC open. I'm going to leave it on sim for a moment. Okay it. And I'm going to put the charts on sim. I want to check the bracket on the gold open by turning on the trade before the specified time by setting the time to 0. That's how I did it. So on sim,
Order submitted.
I can see my brackets. I like them a little bit wider.
Order canceled.
Uncheck it. That's a good width to manage the trade. And now I'll right click the chart, click strategy, highlight the breakout, put the time back to 8:19:59. Bracket is 20, 12, 25, and 45 on our targets. Stop is 30. It is a micro. You can go to 40 on the stop if you wanted to. I'm going to try it with 30 this morning. And then I'm going to put the account on the account I'm trading, apply it, and OK it, and put the chart on the account that I'm trading. And now we're just waiting. Turn on your trades. So we have the gold open. That's the first trade I enable.
Nasdaq futures turned negative, last down
And then
0.06%.
you can enable your magnet, and you can enable your reverse continue. Move the clock out of the way. And I've been going through the news, looking at some of the early morning news. So the reflecting pool was just a lie, as everyone knew. Total complete lie. People should be disbarred because of that. Disgraceful. Um, Looking through the news, a couple of comments about earnings. There's some big companies releasing earnings this week. Palantir today, AMD tomorrow. SpaceX for the first time. Not sure how the market's going to move for SpaceX. Have not been able to get data. I don't know anybody who has data on the single stock futures. It's just probably too early. There probably isn't much volume on them. Anybody who has data on those charts, let us know. But I haven't gotten data, seen data, know anyone that has data. We're dataless on single stock futures. It's a hot, muggy, uncomfortable August day. Hot, muggy, uncomfortable August day. Almost seems a little quiet this morning. We do have ISM manufacturing at 10 o'clock. So after the market opens, we'll transition into ISM manufacturing setup. Did anybody try to trade? Palantir has had some good moves, Calvin. It has had some very good moves. I'll definitely trade it. We've made some money on Palantir. I was surprised how much it moved previously. It's new. It's pretty new for us. Um, it's worth trading. All right. You'll be away, so it'll be great. All right. So we got about 9 minutes for the gold open. Gold pulling off its run up here. I think gold can move any direction on this open. So we'll see how it goes. So the Dodgers got Scooble, and you really have to realize and understand how unfair that is. While it doesn't break any of the rules, it really damages the fairness and the whole point of competition. And it is just another symptom of the sickness in our society, the way the big companies control, try to control everything, the unfairness of it. The Dodgers, basically, they're buying the World Series, and that's not fair. And there will be a baseball lockout. I say shut it down. As much as I love baseball, shut it down. Got to have a salary cap, and they should have a minimum for the owners that are cheap and don't support their teams. Either support your team or be forced to sell your team for the good of the game. Not fair. But they got to have a baseball a salary cap. It's a must. It's not a perfect solution anyway. Yes, the Yankees did it, but is it fair? That's really the question. It's probably not fair. It does take a lot of the fun out of it. So gold selling off kind of hard. I'm not really seeing any particular news at the moment. What's interesting this morning is right now the MNQ is moving in a different direction than gold. For a while, gold has been moving in a similar direction to the indexes. One more time, our 820 setup, the breakout, we're going to trigger at 819.59. The bracket is 20. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 12, target 2 is 25, target 3 is 45, our stop is 30, and if it fills target 1, we'll move our stop to break even. Choose the account you're trading in and label your trade. Turn it on. Let me take a picture of this. We're working on this button craziness. Look at what the button did. If you get those weird buttons, just uncheck the strategies on that chart. So I'll uncheck my MGC strategies. Turn on your main trade first, the breakout, then the magnet, then the reverse continue. And that will almost always fix the buttons. Almost always. Okay, we have a couple of minutes still. Frank, no
Frank, no
problem.
problem.
So people are crazy. A father killed his son with a leaf blower. by accident, it seems. It looks like it was an accident. He was fooling around, fooling around. I had a situation. My son, I was his little league coach, and we were having practice, not the whole team. I was just the family, and he was being so annoying. It was driving me absolutely crazy. And I made believe I was throwing the ball at his knee, and it slipped out of my hand and smacked him in the knee. He was probably about 10. Not that hard, but for the rest of our lives, he always believed I did it on purpose. And I swear on my life, I did not do it on purpose. It was an accident. The ball slipped out of my hand. I wanted to do it on purpose, but I wouldn't. He deserved it. We were having infield practice, and every time, and he was on the pitcher's mound, every time the ball went to him on a grounder, he would whack it with his bat and smash it past me. And it was so annoying. All right, we got a minute and a half. Okay, one more minute. Our brackets will show up shortly. It sure does look like gold wants to test the low. Will it follow through on the open? That you never know. You never know. Maybe, like with our MNQ pre-volatility, pre-open trade, maybe there's a gold 1 minute before the open trade.
Order submitted.
Gonna have to look at that. So the gold open has now taken place.
Order submitted.
If it follows through, now we're trading micros. Life isn't going to end if it doesn't work. But 3 contracts gold is a significant amount of money to trade on one trade. So if you're trading full size gold, see what I said about the way gold could change direction in an instant? And we're not sold on the gold open. I want to be very clear about that. These really
Order
have been
filled.
trades we're testing. The gold open, it had a few weeks of fairly consistent, and I'm not sure it looks all that great, to be honest. It's got plenty of inconsistency, so we don't do it every day. Usually Mondays you get a decent move. So it didn't follow through to the downside. I'm not surprised, to be honest. It's very common behavior. It popped down, gave us a mediocre fill towards the bottom of the candle, and then did not follow through to the downside. Would I expect it to test the low? I would actually still expect gold to test the low. Could we have used a bigger stop because it's micros? Yes. Would I have used a stop as big as the VWAP, even though usually that's a good stop? That's a little bit too much risk for one trade the first day of the week. It's just a little bit much on a setup that we're not completely sold on. So is gold gonna test that low? Do you want to take a shot?
Order submitted.
So where would I put my stop? I would put my stop probably pretty close to where it is. It's above a lot of the market structure before the open. Before the open. So let's see if there is a potential test of the low. Now, I did break a rule that I may pay for it. The momentum rule. Momentum for a scalp, you're better off if momentum is on your side
So we are seeing from a Turkish outlet here called
to the
Anadolu
downside, not to
Ajansi,
the upside.
and they have a piece here that says that no date or venue has yet been finalized for the resumption of long-stalled direct talks between the US and Iran aimed at ending their months-free long war. This is citing a Pakistan government source. And just further saying that the source said there is no meeting between US and Iranian negotiators scheduled in Islamabad, at least in the next 24 hours.
There's a news report that there's no meeting scheduled, and I just didn't hear everything he said. No meetings apparently between Iran and the US within the next 24 hours. That's what I think the message was. So, if you want to reduce your risk, you could say to yourself, if it breaks 4110, I'll get out. So that's what I'm going to do. If it breaks 4110, I'll get out. And we'll just move on to our other market opens. I'm not loving that I entered the trade with the momentum moving up. That's a price you very often will pay. Wait for the momentum to head in your direction. What's the worst that could happen? You'll miss a trade. Wouldn't you rather miss a trade than get stopped? Yes, I would. Just watching for a couple of minutes. I'm going to change my middle chart. All my labels are screwed up this morning.
So we have put out the piece from AA, the Turkish outlet, on the feed for those interested.
Let's go to our YM chart in the morning. YM 926. I was going to just correct the labels. I'm going to put them on YM. YM. One position with a 40 tick stop. I'm only trading, I think, one position this morning. Right now it's a little bit early. So I'm just updating the YM magnet and the account. And then I'll update the YM reverse continue. 50 on the target, 40 on the stop. Choose the account. and label it YM reverse continue. Put the chart on the YM 0926. So where's the YM this morning? Making new highs, up over 500 points. There was talk that there were meetings to end the war. It seems like that's just fake. More lies, more BS. Who knows? Who knows? You cannot trust the thing anymore. All right, let's put our RTY chart on. And I'm watching gold. We'll put a reverse continue on the RTY chart. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. Just one position, a 35 target and a 35 stop. Label it RTY reverse continue. And we trade that in a funded account. Apply it. And then we'll put our RTY opening range. Click News Trader. I'll load my template for it. Load. And our range trade, if you go down to setup, let me check something. Hang on one second. Keeping an eye on gold. Right click and rename our YM. I don't mean YM. That's why I'm losing my mind. I mean RTY. I mean RTY. That's why it's screwed up. Let's get the right file. Let's load the RTY opening range. That's why it didn't make sense. Okay, so we label it RTY range. Wow, is it raining? You can hear it. Start the range 925.00. 6 ticks above, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. Go up to the top, make sure the trade type is range trade. End the range at 930.00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10, target 2 is 20. Stop is 35. Target 1 stop move is break even. That's our range trade. Apply it, okay it. I am going to put my stop to break even on gold. I don't know if something is going on or not. RTY looks like it's going to make a new high. I'm going to trail my gold trade, expand my target to the low. If it breaks the wick, I'll trail again. Watching gold. Broke the wick, so you could trail a little bit. RTY watching. I'm just curious to see if it's going to break the high or test the high.
Order filled.
Okay, so gold flopped around, and we made back about half of our original open trade. All right, so we do have also 9 a.m. gold trades that we've been experimenting with. And we have two setups, a trap trade and a breakout. And again, you can trade micros on it if you want to, or you could trade full size. Full size gold is expensive to trade. It's $10 a tick, and gold can easily move 50 ticks in a blink, in a second, in a minute. Look, how many ticks was that last candle? 29 ticks. So because we have two 9 a.m. setups, you need to trade in two separate accounts if you're going to trade both of them. I like the trap trade best. Now, one other thing, by the way, on the RTY, you could put a magnet on the RTY chart. Click strategy, click magnet to watch signals. I leave it on off. Everything default except the stop, which I make 35. Label it RTY magnet. And I put it in the same account that I'm trading my RTY this morning. When you turn it on, you'll get your signals. All right. So there was a pretty good VWAP signal on the RTY to go long.
Hassett, speaking on CNBC, says inflation numbers have been fantastic in recent reports.
On the YM in the middle, so we have a reverse continue. $50 target and a 40 stop. All right, that's what I got this morning. Label it YM reverse continue. And then we also have a YM magnet. All right. YM magnet. What you can do on the YM, position 1, and the target 1 offset is -3. Position 2 is a 1. Target 2 offset is 15. So if it goes through the magnet 15 ticks, That's your second position, and the stop is 40. Here comes the gold. Test of the low. You just have to be patient. Just stay in long enough with a big enough stop, right? So YM, I'll turn on the magnet and watch. Normally we turn on high of day, low of day, but we're right at the high. So I'm not turning the orders on. I have them off so they don't get in the way. All right. Turning on the YM reverse continue. Just watching gold test the low. Now I'm not going to chase it here, but I'll set up our 9 a.m. gold trade. Two of them. All right, let's go over our 9 a.m. gold trades. So I'm going to trade the breakout in micros and the full size in regular gold on the trap. So you need two charts, two accounts if you're going to trade those trades, right? Or I might just trade the trap this morning. I've been thinking that I've been too confusing in the morning. Too much going on. It's too confusing. There's the test of the low. Friday, the trap and the breakout worked. Thursday, we got stopped on the breakout. Wow, the rain is really coming down. Let me see if I screwed up the webcam. Let me see if I can fix it for YouTube. AI AI webcam, I cannot get it to adjust properly. It just won't do it. I'm trying. There we go. Maybe. Yep, we got it. All right. Gold made that new low. So, going to turn off the setup on the gold charts at the moment. MGC open, MGC reverse continue, and we had an MGC magnet. All right. Right click the chart, look at strategies. If I were going
Asset
to
says Walsh
trade
is
the
moving things in
breakout
a positive direction.
at the gold open, I would highlight the breakout. I'll load my not the gold open, I'll load my template, the 9 a.m. gold trade. Now I want to change the names of all these templates. If it's called GC, I want to change it to gold. I believe I already did, so that's good. All right, so we're looking gold, 9 a.m. breakout. Right click it, rename it with today's date. Today's the 3rd of August. Load it. This is a trade on the breakout we trigger at 8:59:59. I'll check the bracket by setting the time to 0. First two numbers in the time, 00. 30 on the bracket. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 120. Target 250. Stop of 50. And if it hits my first target, I'll move my stop to break even. Label it MGC breakout 9 a.m. Apply it. The time, remember, is set to 00. We'll put the chart on sim. We'll test the bracket. Put the chart trader on sim. And we're looking for the breakout 9 a.m. right over here. Turn it on.
Order submitted.
Chart, and you see the brackets are a little
According to ship
wide.
tracking data, 6 Saudi flag supertankers empty of
All
cargo
right.
changes course in the
Order
Gulf of
canceled.
Aden in recent
Now
days
I'll right
and
click,
sail
turn
towards
off
Southern
the
Africa.
setup,
One of the 6
highlight the
Saudi flag
breakout,
tankers heading to Southern
put
Africa
the
has
time,
Gibraltar as its destination,
8:59,
and all 6 Saudi
59.
flag tankers sailing in
Go
formation
back
in
down,
open
choose
waters
the
off the coast of
account I want to
Somalia.
trade it in. Apply it, okay it, put the chart trader on that account,
Asset concludes remarks on CNBC.
and any of my other setups on that account should be updated for the account I'm trading in, which is different than what I traded the gold open on. So I'm just updating my magnet account and my reverse continue account. That's if I take a trade with the buttons, it won't put them in the wrong account. And got to put the chart trader on that account. All right, so we've got a breakout that's going to take place at 9 o'clock on gold. Now, before I turn everything on, I want to take a quick look at oil. Usually, this time of day, we would be trading oil instead, right? But everybody wanted to trade gold instead. Oil's down over almost $6 because of the probably fake news about meetings between Iran and the US. They're begging for a deal, right? Yep, they're begging like the reflecting pool was damaged by vandals. That's what I would think. But the market doesn't try to figure out what's real and what isn't. It just responds anyway. So oil's down 570. If I were trading oil this morning, I'd probably look for a test of the low. Probably look for a test of the low. Did it do it already before we got here? No. I think that's probably a good possibility. It came close. That's a little bit worrisome that it got close at 8:20, but I still think it'll probably do it. Maybe it'll be after the open at 9 o'clock, but we're not trading oil right now. I like looking at it though. So let's go back to our gold chart, MGC 1226. Now we have to check our bracket again, right? In Sim, because we were on a different chart. So we'll put our time to 0 on the breakout trade. That's all right. It's no big deal. Put our charts on Sim for a moment. Turn on the 9 a.m. breakout.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
And now we will right click, highlight the breakout, 9:59:59. Choose the correct account. Hang on there. So now we've got cyber attacks on our water systems. And what an FBI. God help us. All right. Activating this breakout. It's a 9 o'clock, 8:59:59, not 9. 8:59:59, a 30 bracket. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is 50, and the stop is 50. BE, if we hit our first target, this is a 9 o'clock event. Apply it, okay it, put our chart trader on that account. All right, so we are ready. Turn on the breakout. Turn on the magnet. Turn on the reverse continue. Now I'm going to use an extra chart for our trap trade. If you want to trade the trap trade, and I like the trap better at 9 o'clock, so I'm going to create a new chart. I'm going to go down to the gold, micro gold chart, and I'm going to right click at the bottom left of the chart where the symbol is displayed and duplicate in new window. Now I have a brand new micro gold chart. I'm going to turn it into a gold chart. GC 1226. So now I'm ready to set up my trap trade for 9 o'clock. Going to right click the chart, click strategy, click trap trade. Going to load the template. Go to template, load, and I'm looking for 9 a.m. Gold 9 a.m. Gold 9 a.m. trap. Going to right click the name and date it today, August 3rd. Load it up. 8:59:55 on the trigger. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Stop is a little big. Stop's 40. Tier 1 is 40, tier 2 is 70. It's labeled. I think the stop is a 30. That's for micro gold, that 40 stop. Nitin, what stop are you using on full size gold? 25-ish or 30? Yeah, that's what I thought we said, 30. 40's for micro gold. Label it trap GC or trap MGC. Turn it on. Choose the account you're trading, right? Choose the account you're trading. That's my trap trade setup. One more time. Position size 1 is a 1. Position size 2 is a 1. Stop is 30. 8:59:55 on the trigger. We wait a few minutes for the fill. 3 to 4 minutes you can wait. Choose the account you're trading on. Label it Trap GC. Apply it. Okay it if you're done. I'm going to add a reverse continue to the chart. One position, 35 target, 35 stop. Label it GC reverse continue. Same account as the trap. Turn on the trap first. Make sure on your chart you can see the cancel outer tier button. All right. Cancel outer tier. If only one of the orders is filled, that cancel button allows you to cancel the order that's in the way of your stop moving to safety if you like to move those stops that way. Then we also have a make sure you choose the right account. Turn on the trap first. That's the first setup you turn on. Then you turn on the reverse continue if you're using one on that chart. So we have 5 minutes. Now, one of my setups is incorrect in the chart, the account. So I'm going to update it. My reverse continue on the 9 o'clock gold chart should be on the same chart that I'm trading the setup on. So I'm just updating that. How do you know what account you're trading on? You can use your control panel to look at two very important things. The name of the strategy that's on the chart. So I have a YM magnet on this chart. I have a YM reverse continue on this chart. Then if I go all the way to the account display, it shows me what account that setup is trading on. 59. So I make sure this chart is on 59. And this one on the left, which is my breakout, the gold 9 a.m. breakout, that's this one. It should be on 67. So the chart trader should be on 67. Otherwise, you don't see the orders. If you're on the wrong account on the chart and you turn the trade on, you won't see the orders. So it could be very confusing. You'll hear a fill, you won't see the orders, you might panic, ruin a trade. So try to be organized. You don't have to use all the setups I'm using. These are possible choices, not us saying all of these should be traded. So what we like to see is gold pushing off the low. So we traded the gold open and it didn't work because it didn't follow through initially to the long side. We got caught in the move up. Then we took a scalp and we got halfway to the low and then we exited. Our stop got hit. Then gold tested the low and now it's pulled off the low. So on this trap, it's helpful that it pulls off the low because now it can more easily move in either direction. When you're taking a trade right at the high or right at the low, that's not our favorite place to take a trade because very often you don't get, you might be done with your follow throughs at the low. It might be done making new lows and it might be getting ready to reverse, right?
The US effective federal funds rate unchanged at 3.63%.
All right, here we go. Trap trade in the middle. Breakout on micros on the left.
Order submitted.
Here's our trap. Make sure you can see all your orders.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
There's our breakout. If it follows
Order
through,
canceled.
if it hits the first
Order
target,
filled.
we hit
Order
our
filled.
stop. It pulled back. That's fine. And now the trap, it has filled short. I bring up my first order a bit. I bring up my second order a bit. Now, I've only filled one tier. I would put my stop above the VWAP on this trade. It is a big stop. We are getting a reversal. You might want to cancel your outer, start thinking about canceling your outer tier. I'm going to
Order
cancel it,
canceled.
move my stop to safety because this is an expensive trade. Expand my target down to the low, trail. Expand the target down to the low, trail. We're over. Now it's a decent little profit. If it continues to test the low, it'll be a very big trade. Top of the candle on the trail. Going to continue trailing, trying not to get too close. If it breaks the wick, I'll trail again. Break the wick. Don't be a schmick. Notice that our breakout, it was the smart move to move the stop to break even. Now I'm going to trail a little bit, not too much because it's behaving choppily ever after. Half the candle trail. We should test the low. We could hit our target. We could hit our target. So I'm going to just sit. No more trailing. Let's see if it hits the target. Who took the trade? Who took the trade with us? This is Nitin's trade. Nitin is very nice for sharing. Now maybe I will trail a little bit more to the
Order
top of the
canceled.
candle. Bingo. $845 trade. We had about a $100 micro trade. Both of them worked, which is crazy. Both of them worked. Really nice trade. I tried to just not over trail. You know how I over trail all the time? Well, I tried not to. So I can remove my gold trap trade from the settings. Removed. All right. I can remove my gold chart. I'll shrink it. Let's get all our gold settings off the 9 o'clock chart at the moment. All gold settings turning off just for a moment so we could take stock of everything that's going on. Okay, this chart, I'll save it. I'll minimize it rather than Xing it out, which gets rid of it because we could use it every day in the morning. I will save my workspace. Go up to the top workspace. I call it market open, just open, and I'm saving my workspace. Also, if you're new here, go to new. Go to Ninja Script Output. Minimize it. Don't worry about what's in it. Just minimize it. Save your workspace again so that the Ninja Script Output is part of your workspace. Okay? Now, Nitin was nice enough to share these two trades with us. Look, if you have a great trade and you want to share it, share it. We'll do a little bit of testing on it. And if it passes the little bit of testing, we'll teach it to everybody. Sometimes you don't have to test. Why? If someone's taking a trade and it's working 80% of the time and they're getting payouts, I don't think you have to do that much testing. You don't want to test your way out of taking a good setup, right? Sometimes you don't need to test. Sometimes you have a setup that's working great. Nitin has another trade. The problem is that Bullinox does not allow micro silver. There are a few other prop firms that we're looking at. We want to add bonds back, micro silver, and eventually we want to find a
Two
prop
sources, as it
company that will
stands, oil and
support
gas
single stock futures. Right now,
condensate
single stock
production fell
futures don't seem to
14%
have
July
any
from June amid
volume or
increasing
data yet.
export disruption.
They will not be an issue for this earnings season. Maybe next earnings season or the one after. They'll start coming into play. All right. Now I see you had a silver breakout. I think I noted your setup for the silver trap, but not for a silver breakout. So I'm just going to quit and trade Nitin's trades, and that's it. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm just going to quit and trade Nitin's setup. I'm going to just turn the company over to Nitin. For real. He's a good trader, and we're happy he's a member. All right. I can retire. All right, folks, let's recap. Left chart now becomes MNQ for our MNQ opens. MNQ 0926. All right. MNQ 0926. Now I want to stand corrected. We made $44 on our micro gold breakout. Well, we don't know that, Nitin. We've never turned your mic on and gotten you ranting and going, you know? Maybe you can do a great job for all we know. You could do a great job. I've been pretty mellow on my rants because I'm just too depressed to rant. I'm very depressed at the state of our country. The rampant corruption, the lies about Fauci, everything. Um, I just can't take much more. Idiots being, appointed to jobs they're not capable of doing. Idiots. I mean, ignorant idiots. It's enough. It's enough. I find it very depressing. MNQ. And I'm not a nut. I'm not a communist. This is our MNQ chart. All right. Now, we had setups for the MNQ. We don't need our gold 9 a.m. breakout, right? That's done. So now we're going to change our gold reverse continue to an MNQ reverse continue. So let's highlight the MNQ reverse continue, and we'll make our target 100 and our stop 100. All right. And I'm going to stay with this account for the morning MNQ opens. So we have an MNQ reverse continue, label it. All right, label it. I'm trading two contracts, one position, a target of 100, a stop of 100, MNQ reverse continue. And I've labeled it as such. And I've chosen the account I'm trading it on, and I'm applying it. Then I'm going to highlight my gold, micro gold magnet that was on this chart. I'm going to turn it into an MNQ magnet. Right now, I will turn on high of day, low of day. Position size is 2. We've got a target, a stop of 100. Scroll down, label it MNQ magnet. And same account that we've been trading on this chart will now be for the MNQ. So we have two simple setups so far. Larry, I might take you up on that for real. We love Canada at 10-minute trades. Super good morning, Kenny. I do want to remind everybody, we've done a very, very nice update. We've done something that I think is very nice on our website. If you've done well, or if you want to give to some charities, we now have our favorite charities on our website. Let me show you. The world is desperately in need of charity. Click our favorite charities, Feed the Children, Acts Philly, which is Save Pets from, this is a no-kill shelter, and Keep the Music Alive. So many music programs have been canceled. This is a nonprofit that does everything in their power to teach music, get people interested in music. It's a wonderful charity. And we'll be adding probably 3 more charities to the page. If you have a favorite charity, let me know what it is. I'll look into it and I'll consider adding it. All right. Let's get back to our MNQ. So we have 2 simple setups on the MNQ. Right now we have a MNQ reverse continue and the magnet. All right. We're going to add another news trader setup, our pre-open, our 925 trade. So I'm going to load it. I'm going to load it up. It's called pre-MNQ. Pre-MNQ, new. Right click it, change the date to today. August 3rd. Load it and it saves it. So here's our 925 setup. It's a breakout trade. It triggers 924.59. I'm setting it to 0 at the moment. 30 on the bracket. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 20. Target 2 is 35. Target 3 is 65. Our stop is 50. Target 1 stop move BE for break even. It's already labeled pre-MNQ. And I'm updating the accounts I'm trading on the MNQ. Funded. I trade my MNQ opens in a funded account. And then I'm going to check the bracket, right? We put the time to 0, didn't we, on our breakout? It does trigger at 924.59, but right now I've got it on 0. We're going to put our chart on Sim, apply it, okay, it put the chart trader on Sim, and we're going to turn on this trade early, pre-MNQ. Enable it. Make sure it's in Sim. Turn it on.
Order submitted.
There's our brackets.
Order canceled.
That's manageable for trading, all right? Go back to the strategy, highlight the breakout, put the time on 924. Kenny, do you have a working VWAP? 924.59. The bracket's 30, and our three positions, 20, 35, and 65 on the targets. Stop is 50. Now I'll go back, update the trading account, apply it, okay it, and then put the chart trader on that trading account. That's the first trade that should be turned on that account. But before I do that, we have one more setup to load on the MNQ, the 930 open. So Kenny, put an MNQ chart up and let's check the value. We want to check the value of your VWAP. Is it 28,566.48-ish? 28,566.48-ish. If that's where it is, then it's working. 28,565. I'm not touching my VWAP for exact. 566.42. If you're super close to that, then that VWAP is working. But ultimately, I'm going to send you an email and a different VWAP. One more time. To use the same VWAP that we're using. Even though you really don't have to, but MNQ, we're going to load our 930 open and not do anything with it, not test it. We're going to deal with it after our 925 trade. Our 925 trade is to be exited before 930. That's the rule of that trade. We exit before 930. That's the rule. Let's go to News Trader. Adding another breakout. Loading a template. Load. MNQ new open is what I call it. MNQ. New open. There it is. Right click it. Gonna rename it today's date. Today's the 3rd. 8/3. Load it. Make sure it's on the right account. Its setup is 929.59. 30 bracket. Target of 20. Target of 100. Stop move. Target 1 stop move BE. 125 on the stop. Label it breakout MNQ open or breakout 930, whatever you want to call it. Put it on the account you're trading on that chart. Apply it, okay. I'm not turning that on yet because that's a 930 trade. So our MNQ, first thing that gets turned on is pre-MNQ. That's our breakout. Then I turn on the MNQ magnet and the MNQ reverse continue. I want to make sure my RTY range trade is on. We already set that up this morning. But let me show that trade because that's the main RTY trade that I trade. And remember, we have a YM exact setup as the RTY. If you don't want to test magnets on the YM, you could trade the YM range trade, the 925 5-minute opening range breakout. I'll show you that setup. RTY, and it's the same setup I'm doing right now on the RTY. It's already on our chart. We already set it up, highlighting it. The range start time is 9:25:00, 6 ticks above, 6 ticks below. Show the range graphics on chart. Label it RTY range. Choose the account you're trading it in. Let me think where I'm trading it. End the range at 9:30:00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10, target 2 is 20. Stop 35, target 1 stop move BE, break even. That's our range trade. Apply it. I want to put a reverse continue on my RTY. I also have a magnet on the RTY, 1 position, 35 stop. Let's add our reverse continue to the RTY. I could have sworn I had a reverse continue. I think I accidentally removed it. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. 1 position, position 1 is a 1, 35 target, 35 stop. Label it RTY reverse
According
continue.
to the White House, Trump is to travel to California on Tuesday.
And put it in the right account that you're trading. RTY we trade funded also. Apply it, okay it. Make sure the chart trader is on that account. Now I made some money on this funded account this morning, almost $300. I will turn on my range trade. Nothing happens till 9:25. I'll turn on the magnet and the RTY reverse continue. Now I see I have a gold reverse continue. Let me see if that's a mislabeled trade. It's not. I'm just going to remove it. MNQ magnet, turning that baby on. The YM is the one unfinished piece of business. YM's been making new high after new high after new high, then it sold off. It's not quite close enough for a magnet test to the high at the moment. I'd like it to sell off, then I'll do a test to the high. but I want to have the range trade on the YM chart as an alternative trade if I'm not taking a magnet. So go to strategies, go to news trader. I'm going to load the template. YM. Open range. I'm going to right click it, give it a date today, like we always do, August 3rd. Load it. The range trade, 925, start time 00, 925.00, 6 ticks above, 6 ticks below. Show the range on graphics. Scroll down, label it, YM, open range. Choose the account for it, all right? Whatever account I'm trading my YMs on, that's what I'm going to trade the opening range on. And now I'm going to go up. I'm going to start the range, end the range, 930.00. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1.
Also from the White House, Trump is to travel to Nevada on Wednesday.
Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. Target 1 stop move is BE for break even. And the stop, we're going to use 30 on the stop. That's our YM opening range. Apply it, okay it. Not turning it on because right now we are, let's see, we're at 292. We're about 40 ticks away from a new high. The YM is over 650 ticks up. I'm looking for a test of the high on the open. All right. Test of the high on the open. So I'm going to put my control center on high of day, low of day. There's my entry. So if it enters at 18-ish, right where it was put on, ideally, I would want to enter right above the previous high. It's not a real high because the high is here. 24, but that's only a 9-tick winner. It's just not enough. So I'm just going to do a random entry.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Our MNQ got filled short. Expanding and trying to trail for more profit. Expanding it to the downside. Trailing for more profit. Expanding my target even more. Break the wick, trail the stick. Expand the target more. Even though the NQ is positive, MNQ, we're getting a sell-off. My MNQ, my YM magnet, we can now do a more normal setup, it looks like. Trailing, trailing, trailing. Expanding that target down to the low. Turning off high of day, low of day orders. Don't need them on the chart. Trailing. Top of the candle trail. Watching the RTY. Is a very, very nice trailing trade. I need to set up my magnet on the YM. Where's my entry? I think I like where the entry is right there. I'm not expecting a long entry anymore, to be honest. But I'll turn it on. You never know. Remember, this 925 trade, we have to be out of it before the open trade, or just turn off your open trade. If you're making money in the trail, just turn off your open trade. Don't give up a great trade just because. If I'm making money, I'm keeping the trade alive and I'll just cancel 930. I'm not a dope. Kramer screaming and all that stuff. That's a tired story that no interest whatsoever. Tired old story. Doesn't work anymore. I don't mind Kramer, but I think that's a tired routine. He should retire it. It's a bore. Maybe that's an old video, but I don't think so. I'm still trailing. I'm still
Order filled.
trailing. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very nice trade. Very nice trade. Turning off the pre-MNQ. Pre-MNQ is turned off and removed. Now I have my MNQ breakout MNQ open. All right. Breakout MNQ open. I'm going to turn off my MNQ magnet. I am watching the RTY. MNQ magnet. I'm turning off my MNQs just for a minute because of buttons. Let's check our 930 setup now real quick. We can check the bracket. Put the time to 0. It's a 30 bracket, targets of 20 and 100. Apply it.
One minute
Okay
to
it.
get the
Put
market
the
and opening
chart
balance data.
on sim. All right. Chart on sim. I didn't put the strategy on the right chart.
According to Israel's Channel 12 News, citing Al Mayadeen, who's citing an an Iranian source, but then Iran rejected the latest U.S. offer to open up the Strait of Hormuz until the complete end of the war.
I've done something wrong, folks. Let me just leave it. I don't have time right now. Let me put it on 612.
Order submitted.
10 seconds.
Order
Okay,
canceled.
I've made a mistake. I'm leaving my MNQ off at the moment. I
Order
made a
submitted.
mistake. I don't want to be
Order
filled
filled.
early. The RTY was an instant
Market and open
exploding
Iran,
winner.
S&P 500 falls by
Instant exploding
190
winner.
million. Nasdaq
MNQ
100
reverse
sell side
continue is
increase
on.
45 million. Dow 30
I
by
made a mistake on my
49.3 million.
MNQ magnet,
Mag 7 sell
so
side
I didn't take
55
it.
million.
No big deal. Not the magnet, the breakout. So I'll just watch magnets for the moment. RTY, instant winner. It did a quick short. Quick short. YM, I will let it test the high. I will let it test the high here.
US stocks
It's up
excluding
over
gains, Dow Jones
500
up
points.
1.08%.
Now, the MNQ, I'm probably not going to scalp on that chart. That's a funded account, and it made on micros a very nice profit this morning. I'm probably going to leave it alone. We do have ISM manufacturing. All right. The NQ is now negative. The RTY, I cannot make another penny in that account or I'll blow my consistency. I'm seeing if my YM is my last trade. I'm watching the MNQ. We're going to get ready for ISM. Okay. Look, I had a lot of setups on, and I just, because that 925 trade lasted so long and did so well, I didn't get to configure my 930 trade. Now, like I said, it put the orders on too early, so I canceled it
So just in regards to the
because I
last
didn't
reminder we
have it
had
set up
posted out
properly.
from
I didn't
Israel
have
Channel
time.
12 News, citing Iranian source Al Mayadeen, that Iran has
Hold on.
rejected the latest US offer to open up the Strait of Hormuz until the complete end of the war. There was some comments in the morning on Telegram, nothing about saying that they rejected the offers for opening up the Strait of Hormuz or negotiations. You had the spokesman for foreign affairs said that Trump's claim about negotiations starting today, that that's that Araghchi is leaving for his pilgrimage to Arbaeen, and the rest of the negotiating team members are in Iran. So no confirmation from the Iranian side in the morning from Telegram in regards to these latest headlines that we see.
All right, so the question seems to be there's no
Nothing from the
confirmation
Iranians at the moment, by the way, from their Telegram channels.
that Iranians are negotiating to
now.
open the strait. There's no confirmation. That's what Trump said. Negotiations were starting today, and it's not been confirmed.
Fars News, citing Pakistani officials, says while Trump claimed that negotiations with Iran will begin today, Pakistani officials stated that no specific date or location has yet been finalized for direct
Pakistan says
discussions
no
between
official
Iran and the
date
US.
or location has been finalized. That's what Pakistan is saying. Here's the YM. I'm waiting to see if we get the test of the high. It's an eval account, all right? It's in an eval.
So, Ramona, just keep an eye on Amazon shares, jumping 4.6% to surpass $3.
Did anybody trade the YM 5-minute opening range?
Had in regards to the Pakistan
Did anybody trade the YM 5-minute opening range?
Said that no date of any had yet been finalized.
Order submitted.
Here's our YM fill.
Now it's being cited by Iranian Fars News Agency here.
If it pulls back, it will stop us out and we'll give back half of our trap trade profit, which would stink.
Seeing shares of Visa rising 1% as companies to buy a catch for $2.
It's going to stop us out. I'm not going to expand the stop on this trade.
Cuts underweight with equal weight.
Momentum's on our side. RTY is just like broke the range to the downside for our winning
Order
trade.
filled.
Okay, YM stopped. We gave back some of our trap trade, $800 profits. That's life. That's life. Very mixed news. That's part of the problem. Let me just clean things up as we get ready for ISM. All right, I'm removing the RTY magnet, RTY range. I want to know if anybody traded the YM 925 range. Excuse me, range trade. Did anybody trade the YM opening range? Anyone? Okay, I'm turning off all my RTY, removing the RTY. We're going to simplify down to two charts for ISM. All right. TJ, how'd it go?
Forecast 53.8, unchanged from the prior.
Turning off every setup.
With a range of 54.4 to 53.7.
Every setup is off. Yeah, I thought the YM range looked like it worked this morning. All right, folks. Let's get ready for ISM manufacturing. Let's get ready for ISM. By the way, we've been streaming all morning on YouTube. Not one person said a word, a peep, a nothing. If somebody's out there, let us know you're alive, please. I don't watch the stream. I don't know how many people are talking. I can't open that many resources on my trading computer. I'm listening to news on my laptop. If you're out there, type in something. Let us know you're out there. All right, let's look at our DMM for ISM, which used to be one of the best trades ever and has degraded into a crappy trade. ISM manufacturing is no longer a very good event. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Kenny, what do you mean it's a beautiful day? Look at the MNQ bursting off the low.
UBS cuts target price.
And
Citi
look at the
$102
wonderful
to
signal.
$150.
If you would have been looking at signals, look how many points, ticks, that signal would have given you. Let's say it's a 2 filtering, so you would have entered, let's say, halfway up the candle. Easily could have made 300-400 ticks on that. crazy, right? We're going to have signal week, maybe next week, where it's so here's the problem with doing a week just signals. I don't think I can exist with fear of missing out, FOMO. Too many setups that I would be afraid to miss. That's my problem with calling signal week and having just a week where we just do nothing but trade signals. But it would mean that we still have to analyze the signals. It doesn't mean I would trade every single signal like a wild signal animal. That would not be the way I would trade signals. I don't think any system, anyone would take every single signal. I would want to look at the market and see if it's a smart signal to take. Like this signal here why was it possibly a smart signal to take? I don't know how smart this particular signal was. It was off only 3 or 4 new lows, which isn't that many. But it happened to be a good signal. Anyway, on the ISM manufacturing report, gold got stopped in February. Gold worked in July, depending on your bracket and your stop. It got stopped in December. We've had a lot of gold stops. A lot of gold stops. We've had traps that have gotten blown up, like April. All right? The problem with gold is the inconsistency. That's been the problem with gold. The RTY, not been good on this setup. We've tested it, didn't like it. We have an MES-ES trap. The way traps have been going for the past 2 weeks, they've been getting blown up. When news comes out and the market decides it likes the news, we haven't been getting good reversals. So I'm going to trade the MES trap. MES, not the ES. I don't feel like losing $800 on an MES, on an ES full-size trap. It's too much risk on a report that's just not that great anymore.
Final forecast,
My second setup really, my second setup will just be the gold breakout. And the gold breakout is hyper risk. It's a $1,200, $1,300 stop. Because, excuse me, the stop's 65 ticks. It's $650. So if you don't want all the risk on this trade, don't take the gold setup. Look, do I want to blow up my prop account that's on 59? So my 59 prop account, even though we had a great morning, it's not like it's nowhere near getting funded. So, maybe I'll just take the regular gold trade in it. If it loses, it won't blow the account up. It won't, obviously it's not good, but it won't blow it up. All right. And then everything else we traded this morning was funded. And finally, we had a winner on that 612 account, that new funded account. Last week, I took 5 scalps, 5 losers on that funded account. I was killing that account. We're starting to build it back. So here's my strategy for this morning. MES trap, because it's just this report, it just hasn't been working well enough. So we'll put MES in the middle, 0926. All right, that was our YM chart, so we'll adjust our setups. We'll adjust our YM magnet, make it an MES magnet. 2 positions, 2 contracts, 1 position. 40 on the stop. All right. Right now, high of day, low of day is off because we've been pretty close to those levels. So the only thing I'm really doing is just watching the MES as a magnet. 2 contracts, position 1. And a stop of 40. All right. Everything else pretty much default on a magnet for that. Label it MES magnet. And we're going to trade the MES in a funded account. Okay. In a funded account. Apply it, and then we're going to adjust our reverse continue for the MES. It was a different chart, couple of contracts, 1 position, a target of 30 and a stop of 30. It's $1 a tick on the MES, $1.12 actually, MES. And then we're going to set up our trap on the MES. So click the trap. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Trigger 9, 59, 55 is our activation. Our stop is a 30. 35. That's a little big. Tier 1 is 20. Tier 2 is 35. Label it Trap MES and put it on the account that you want to trade it on. All right. Apply it. Okay it. Make sure all our MESs are on the same account display name. Now, did I not adjust my YM? Reverse continue. Now, there is a 9:45 trade event. Watching MNQ, you have
53
final manufacturing, it's called. It's better than expected. Usually it doesn't move the market. It did tick the MNQ a little bit. It didn't really move the ES that much. That 945, it's not really been a tradable report. All right. So back to our MES. I think I didn't finish labeling everything correctly. Let's check our reverse continue label. And it is mislabeled. It should be MES reverse continue, not YM. All right. So we make sure it's on the right account, and it is. Let's go back to our trap MES and triple check it. Activate entry 959.55. Stop 35. Tier 1 is 20. Tier 2 is 35. Label it Trap MES. Choose the account you're trading. 611. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. 959.55. Okay it. Apply it. Okay it. Turn on your Trap MES. Make sure you can see your cancel out of tier button. Turn on your MES magnet. I'm going to right click the chart. I'm going to check our reverse continue. Target of 30, stop of 30.
We have posted out the US S&P manufacturing PMI July.
MES reverse continue. It is in the correct account, and we'll turn that on as well. So our MES chart is rocking and ready to go. Changing our MNQ chart to gold, GC 1226. I'm not dying to give back all my profits on this trade because it really hasn't behaved that well. Even though it's a 50-50 on the DMM, I'm telling you, this has not been a great report to trade, a gold breakout, but the trap is too inconsistent in the size of its moves. We had a 220 tick move in April that blew up the
Microsoft
trap.
rises 5.6%, up more than 25% over 3 days.
So I'm going to trade micro gold on this report. I don't really feel like damaging the account this much. We have Palantir, we have other things to do. It's not been a well-behaved report, and I'll trade it with a little bit less risk because of that. So MGC 1226. Hold on. Okay. So we've got micro gold. We have a breakout. Right click the chart. We're
US
going to
equities
update our
trending
strategies for micro
Nasdaq
gold.
up 1.01%.
So we'll update our magnet, couple of positions, two
Also seeing
contracts,
here
one
JP Morgan
position,
and Chase doubling down on housing,
stop of
aiming to
50.
deploy
All right, we're
$750
going to
billion
label that
through 2035, up
MGC
from
magnet.
more than $200 billion through its American Dream initiative.
And we're on our eval, 59. Apply it. We're going to update our reverse continue. It was an MNQ. Target is 50. Stop is 50. MGC, right? Two contracts, one position. Label it MGC. Reverse continue. Same account. Eval. Apply it. And then we have our breakout. ISM Manufacturing. The breakout. 00. So what time are we going to trigger? 9:59. 59. All right. 9:59. 59 is our trigger time. Temporarily, I'm going to
7:21
put the
get the
time to
ISM
0.
manufacturing PMI
We will
data
check
for
our
July.
brackets like we
Forecast
always do.
53.9 by
Bracket is
53.3
30.
with the range 57 to
Position 1 is a
52.5.
1. Position
ISM
2 is a
manufacturing
1.
prices paid forecast 71, high 73.
The
The
target,
employment index. Let's see here,
15
according to Interfax,
and
Russian defense ministry says Russian forces hit 2 more vessels in the Black Sea.
15. I'll expand the
Let's
second
go back to
target
the employment index
because
forecast
look,
for
when you
July
have winners, we had over
forecast is
100
50, high
ticks on
49.7.
3 of the
US
winners,
construction
right?
spending
All 3 of them.
month-to-month forecast
So let's
0.2%,
expand
high
our
0.1%,
target,
and
first
US
target to
ISM
20,
manufacturing new orders index forecast
and our
56.7,
second
high
target
56.
to 60. All right. 20 and 60. Target 1 stop move is break even, and the stop is 65. Right now, our time is at 0. We're going to check our bracket, put our charts on sim. We're going to call it breakout, GC breakout. Label it GC BRK breakout. Apply it. We're on the sim chart in the
Trump
account.
says on Truth Social that oil
Put the
firms
chart on
get your
sim.
prices down.
Turn on the breakout to check the bracket.
Order submitted.
Perfect. Perfect management
Order canceled.
distance between the orders. Right click the chart.
So specifically,
Highlight the
he says
strategy.
for other oil companies as well,
Highlight the
including
breakout.
Chevron, get your consumer retail oil prices down now.
9:59, bracket of 30. We are ready to go. Change from sim to the account you're trading. Label GC breakout. Apply it. Okay it. Put your chart trader on the account you're trading. All right, let's turn on our trades. We have a gold breakout. Turn it on. We should label it. It's labeled GC. Let's label it MGC. Highlight the strategy. Let's do things properly. So we know we have the right setup. MGC. Apply it. Okay. Now turn on the MGC breakout. Turn on our MGC magnet. Turn on our MGC reverse continue. We're ready. Anybody have any questions? Let's get the news on the chart. I have a weird, I have an infected browser. It's weird. You'll see if it happens. So ISM Manufacturing, if we can get the news from within this cesspool of ads. We're drowning in a cesspool of constant advertising. I can't bear it anymore. The cesspool of advertising never ends. We're using investing.com. They're expecting 54 on the results. That's a decent result, everyone. 54 is a decent result. All right. Let me see if I could shrink this a little bit. Then I have to redo it. It's such a pain. All right. It's not even worth the effort. Is there a way to turn that off in Windows? That feature, which is not a feature, it's an annoyance. I don't, I don't even know what that does. All right. Anybody want to ask me anything about the setup? So we have an MES trap. MES trap. Okay. On a funded account. Let's make sure our chart's on the correct account. MES would be on 611. Maybe we should trade it on 612. So I don't love the fact that the MES is making a new high. I don't love trap trades when you're making a new high. If the news is good, the market
Right,
might
Mr. Gano,
just
can I
go
give the
straight
US
up
ISM manufacturing
and
PMI
stop out the
forecast
trap.
53.9, price 53.3. ISM manufacturing prices paid forecast 71, price 73. Employment index forecast 50, price 49.7. Construction supplies
Nobody
labor market
typed in how
forecast
they did on the
0.3%,
opens
price
this morning,
0.1%. And new
other
orders
than
index for
TJ.
ISM manufacturing forecast
Anybody want to type
66.7,
in how you
price
did?
56.
So we have an MES magnet. We're watching for high of day. We're at the high of day. You don't want to turn on your orders. And we have an MES reverse continue should the opportunity arrive. We have a gold breakout and a micro gold reverse continue on the left chart. Nobody's talking this morning. It's a weird morning. Usually everybody types in how they did at the open. I'm not hearing from anyone. Kenny, you're watching. Hey, Calvin, that's awesome. Larry, thank you for that. Larry had an MNQ breakout. After this room, we will be back at 3:30. 3:30. My real polling numbers, not those made up by the fake news media, are the best they have ever been, and why wouldn't they be? With the biggest tax cuts and employment numbers ever. Oh my God. Vote Republican for greatness in America. Unbelievable. Yeah. No, we didn't win the war. We are having fake conversations. It's fake conversations that are driving the price this morning that have not been verified. Let me turn the news down. It's a little bit noisy. So it could ruin the trap trade because we're at the high. It's possible. It's possible. All right, we got 1 minute till the news.
1 minute ago now to be the ISM manufacturing PMI.
And the only thing I can say is this has not been a report that's been all that great to trade. So first thing that's going to happen is our trap trade orders are going to show up at 5 seconds before 10.
Ten seconds.
Order submitted.
Okay, there's the orders.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay,
55
gold
spot 5,
breakout.
55 spot 6, 55 spot 6.
Looks
high
like
forecast
it
of 54
was
spot 9. Price
just
of
a
trade,
tiny,
21 spot 1,
tiny
21 spot 1,
$13
forecast of
loser.
71. New orders.
It was not a
52
good
spot
move.
7
It
as
filled us at
expected.
the bottom of the
Employment,
candle.
52 spot 8,
Filled at the
52
bottom of the
spot 8, higher
candle.
forecast of 50.
All right.
Construction spending
Like I
forecast
said,
minus
not.
0.1%,
I'm so happy
lower
we
than the
did not
forecast
take
of
that trade
0.2%.
with full size gold. If the ES drops down to fill me long, I will allow the trap to work. I will not allow that trap to fill me short by going up because it's already made the move down. That's the original move. The original direction is for the move to continue down and fill us. If it doesn't, then I will cancel, uncheck the box. If it starts to move up, I'll uncheck the box because that's the reversal and we didn't get filled. The news was good. 55.6. Hang on. Maybe not good news. Okay, manufacturing was good according to Rick. So manufacturing was good. Prices. And prices were way up. So he's sugarcoating the prices being up because they weren't up as much as last time. Now I would cancel the ES. We just didn't have our brackets small enough, cancel the trap trade MES.
Order canceled.
All right. Trap trade MES is canceled. The gold trade, if you see what happened, filled the bottom of the candle, reversed for a stop. $13 loss, no big deal. It's why we decided to trade low risk on a poor performing report. Okay? Nothing wrong with taking low risk if you don't like the behavior of a report. Okay. Looking at, just for fun,
We
let's
have
take a
spoken about
look
the
at the
ISM manufacturing
RTY.
report
I'm
and
going to
the
turn
B233
off
report.
my MES charts for a minute, the setups. Did RTY move? So RTY looks like it went up on the news. Unfortunately, RTY didn't test very well. So I'd want to actually run a replay on that. Looks like it went down first, 14 or 15 ticks, which could have filled us if we used a bracket of 15. All right. Nitin, you held the YM this whole time. That's hilarious. All right, RTY. Let's look at the NQ. Just curious about the charts. Looks like the NQ is a move down. So interesting that the NQ moved down on this event. The NQ had not been testing well on ISM either. So we'll do more testing again next month, and if another instrument looks better to trade, we'll add it. Right now the NQ didn't make a new high, and it sold off a bit after the news. Um, what do you mean how to get signals to work? You don't get signals to ever work, TJ? So TJ is asking, how do you get signals to work? You mean to print on the chart, I assume, right? Hello? Hello out there. So I'll answer that question anyway. If you want signals to work, the magnet has to be turned on, right? So let's say, for argument's sake, I'm looking at an NQ chart, right? I'm looking at an NQ. There's no signals, right? Nothing. Nothing on the chart. No setups, no nothing on an NQ chart. But I want to look at signals. So I right click the chart, click strategies, turn on it, click the magnet, choose a stop. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything. Just make sure when you scroll down under aftershock reversal, high of days checked and VWAP is checked. Trending bars, put it on 2. Trending bars, put it on 2. Label it NQ magnet. Now you can leave it on sim for now, apply it, okay it. When you turn on the magnet, signals will generate if it's appropriate. If you've tested the low and it reverses off the low in the proper way, it could generate a signal as mine did. So essentially, you just have to turn the magnet on to generate signals, enable it, and make sure that your trending bars has a setting of 1, 2, or 3. And also, you might want to check your proximity ticks. Now, here's the thing. The default is so you get signals. So when you configure a magnet setup from scratch, from new, click on magnet. If you just do nothing and apply it and okay it, it'll generate signals on that chart. If you enable it, see? According to the instrument on that chart. You don't have to do anything to generate signals. The default generates signals. All right? And then just like any other setup, of course, you can modify the setup, add positions, move your stop. Okay? Anybody else have any other questions? Anybody? I want to thank everyone for watching on YouTube. Let me take a peek and see what's going on over there on my laptop. Hang on. All right. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell, you'll know the next time we're going to be here, which will be tomorrow. So thank you for joining our stream. Everyone on YouTube, we'll see you tomorrow.